guys, guess what? Guess what? We're in Mont Tremblant, an Ironman Mont Tremblant. It's finally happening. After 2 years of deferrals, I'm here. And I'm nervous. I'm so freaking nervous. I've never done such a long race. Anyway, I'm so happy to be here. It's the day before. Sun is coming up beautifully behind me. We're in a great little condo. And what we're going to go through today is the bags and the swag. At least some of the swag. So it's a bit of a different setup for this Ironman. Those of you who are veterans will know all about it. Basically, I think they call it a clean transition or a sterile transition, where the only thing at your bike is your bike and your bike shoes, apparently, that you can clip onto the pedals. But you can't have all your stuff at the bike like the other triathlons I've done. So there's a tent, and in that tent you have bags, and in those bags you have a swim to bike transition bag, and then a bike to run transition bag. And you also have 2 other bags, special needs bags for on the course. So we're going to go through some of that, and we're going to take it from there. Okay, enjoy the video, and hopefully this helps some of you who might want to do an Ironman in the near future. This is going to show us a little bit about the special needs bag. So I'm going to do the run personal needs bag first. So this will be set up after the first loop. Will be available after the first loop, after the first half marathon. You have your sticker affixed to the bag. This one is black. And then I have some stuff in here. Now, it's important to note that if I don't use any of the stuff I've run past, this stuff gets tossed in the garbage. Okay, I don't get anything back, neither would you. So in here I have some additional nutrition. It is probably a bit of overkill, but anyway, it's going to be there. So I've got a Scratch Wellness hydration drink mix. It's going to be very hot and humid. I am going to pre-mix this in a bottle of water. Just a cheap bottle, probably a leftover like water bottle that I can then drink up if I find that, with the humidity and the heat expected tomorrow, that things are, that the hydration on the course is not enough or whatever. Got some Miss Vicky's salt and vinegar chips for some salt and some carbs and a little bit of fat. And I've got some blister tape in case, some scratch berry things that I'm going to carry on the run just to chew on, because they're a bit more sour and get tired of the sweetness, my goo gels. And I've got a few Cliff bars just in case I'm really starving hungry, because if this boy gets hungry, he doesn't want to do anything. Now, I don't know what I'm going to use and not use, because I haven't done an Ironman distance before. But the one thing I've learned from other marathons I've done is that you don't take a chance and not eat. The nutrition was definitely overkill. I didn't feel like eating any of that stuff. I did grab the Cliff bar, the nutty bar from Cliff, and the other Cliff bar. I'm not crazy about Cliff bars, but I don't mind them. Just didn't feel right. And Miss Vicky's chips. I love salt and vinegar Miss Vicky's chips. It's my vice. Ugh. No. I don't know. To figure out nutrition is tough, because even though you train with this stuff and you use this stuff on training runs, it's different in a race. I don't know. I didn't use any of this stuff. As an aside, I really found the nutrition provided on courses on the run, the Morton gels, were amazing. Love them. The bananas are a little green, but found an odd ripe one. I really like the oranges. Couldn't eat the pretzels. And then there were occasionally some cookies. I'm not a cookie person. I normally don't gravitate towards cookies, but I love the cookies. It's amazing what I love the cookies. Okay, I love the cookies. I'm also going to pack an old headlamp, just in case things don't go as planned and I'm walking a lot and I finish after dark. I don't know how well the course will be lit, but I'm taking that with. It is going to be pitch dark here around about 8 p.m. and if I manage to finish within 12 hours, I won't need it. But if I'm doing the 14 hour, which is maybe more realistic for my level of athletic prowess, then that headlamp will probably come in handy. Okay, so that is the run personal needs bag. I did end up grabbing the headlamp out of the personal needs bag on the run. I ended up not using it. I put it in my little bag that's attached to my bib belt. Didn't end up needing it. Finished with enough light to spare.
there were big floodlights, and of course I think the lighting would probably have been good enough without a headlamp.
Okay, here we have the bike personal needs bag. Again, sticker fixed. This is an orange bag, and this will be halfway through the bike, so after 90k. And pretty much the same as the other one. This is just some scratch hydration solution that I actually can carry on my bike. Actually, I probably will put this in the bento box on my bike. It shouldn't be in this bag. Out it goes. So what I do, and you'll see this with the other ones as well, for the bike, I put my goo gels into these squeeze bottles with a little bit of water. Makes them a little less sticky and goopy, a little bit more fluid. And I find on the bike it's way easier just while you're riding just to flip the cap and to squeeze this into your mouth and try and fiddle with gels and trying to get the gel cap packet open, and it's sticky and your hands get sticky and there's no way to wash the stickiness off, and your shifters get sticky and you touch your glasses and then there's gel on your glasses. So I find this is cleaner, and then they're just going to side pocket of my tri-top. Again, halfway salt and vinegar chips, Miss Vicky's, some Cliff bars, and again, this is just sort of more of a rehydration solution, like if you are a little bit behind on fluids, just so you can stay on track and not bonk in terms of getting dehydrated. It's not that I don't trust Course Nutrition and hydration, it's just I know this stuff works for me, so I know I'm not going to get an upset stomach.
The Scratch Wellness Hydration Mix actually worked super well on the second loop when I was feeling a bit dehydrated and behind. And I also packed, what's not in there, a bottle of about 180 calories of a little bottle of protein shake, like a protein milkshake, and I guzzled that down at that halfway stop, and that was really good. I'd do that again.
Okay, then we have the run gear equipment bag with my bib number once again attached, and in the bag I've got my running shoes. So I'm using the Brooks Hyperion Elite Pro 2s. $300 shoe I actually got for $99. Why am I not using the Hoka Carbon X as well? Kind of long story. I've done all my events in the Hoka Carbon X, the original ones. They are a half size smaller than these. They're a bit narrower fitting. I'm a bit worried about swollen feet, so I went up half a size, got this shoe, done about 50k on them, and they're great. I really like them. They've got a bit more room, and I think they're going to be a bit more forgiving on a long day when I expect a bit of foot swelling. I was a bit worried about the Hoka Carbon X's being too tight. Why not the X3s? I bought the X3s, had to return the first shoe ever I've had to return. I couldn't get the Hoka Carbon X3s to actually get a lockdown with that knitted sock like upper they've got on there. Sad to say, Hoka, I think you blew it on that one.
Gotta say that the Brooks Hyperion Elite 2s were fantastic, absolutely the right shoe for me. The wider toe box really accommodated that foot swelling I anticipated. In fact, the next day, the day after, I put on my Saucony Endorphin Shift, the shoe I normally do training runs in with the dogs, and it was extremely tight. I could get my foot in, it was extremely tight. I actually had to take them off in the car on the way home. And today I tried on my pair of Hokas. This is now day 2 after the event, and they were extremely snug. In fact, they felt weird. It felt like a shoe I'd never worn before, and I've got, lots of miles in those shoes. So definitely a right decision to go up a half size for the marathon part. I'll do that again, and I was very happy with this shoe, particularly because it's got a wider toe box, which suited me extremely well.
It's going to be very hot and muggy day. It's going to be raining. I think I'm going to take time again to change into running shorts, and either the singlet or the Solomon running shirt. It's very thin and breathable. Depending on how much sun there is, it's going to be raining with sunny breaks. I'm leaning towards a t-shirt.
Exactly what I did. I ended up actually wearing the black shorts and the grey Solomon shirt. So both made by Solomon. Absolutely perfect. No chafing, no rubbing, no discomfort. I just knew if I ran in those tri-shorts with that chamois in the tri-short, it was going to give me problems, and I was not going to be comfortable. And taking this extra couple of minutes to pull off those shorts I'd been in for, you know, the whole swim, the whole bike ride, putting on a fresh pair of shorts, and actually ended up putting on a pair of compression socks as well, which I threw in at the last minute, which was a really good decision. And then that shirt, I felt somewhat refreshed, and I was really, really happy with that decision. We'll definitely do that again.
Of course, I've got my little run bag. I've got gels in there. I haven't put them in those little containers. My bib, hat, sunglasses, another towel in a run bag, just to wipe off after the bike. You know, clean my glasses. You know, first clean your glasses, wipe down your face, get all that sweat off your forehead. I'm a salty sweater. Just kind of, you know, wipe things down. It's going to be raining, going to be sopping wet probably. And then before I change, and then I do keep in this bag, I do keep like some transition stuff. I've got some more SPF 60. I've got a bit more anti-chafe. I've got some lip balm, and I've got some acetaminophen and ibuprofen. Don't like using ibuprofen if I think I'm dehydrated, but I might use acetaminophen if I have a bit of a headache. And then just some stuff to chew on, and again some hydration mix from scratch, just in case I'm feeling a bit behind on fluids. I'll have this, all this stuff here won't be in these little things. It actually will be in a water bottle ready to drink if I need it. So that's the run bag.
Unfortunately, I forgot to pre-mix the wellness hydration solution, and I was really thirsty after the bike, and I could have done with that. So, you know, I got out, felt thirsty, felt frustrated, but fortunately just up the hill within a kilometer there was a big Red Bull thing, and I just gorged down Red Bull and water, and it was great. And actually the gels I ended up tossing in the garbage because they had so many Morton gels en route, and they continue to taste way better than the goo gels.
This is the bike gear bag. It's blue, and again got my bib sticker on there. And this is what's in there. I've got my cleats with a pair of socks. I don't want to get blisters. I'm going to take 5 seconds, 10 seconds per sock maybe to put them on. Got sunglasses. I'm probably going to use the dark lenses, but I have an option of the yellow lenses if it's very cloudy. My computer. Oh, of course a towel just to dry off after the swim. My helmet. Cycling gloves. Need to turn these right around, but I do like these. Especially it's going to rain tomorrow, and I do like to have a little bit of grip on the handlebars. After the 4K swim, again, rehydrate because you do sweat in the water, and a bar to eat. And I've got the other bar, the other Cliff bar, actually in the bento bag on the bike that I can sort of eat in the first few kilometers to get going. My bike nutrition is actually in the fridge right now, but it's the same as the previous one where I have my gels in little bottles. Actually, okay, so this is my bike setup. Sorry, I know there's a bit of clutter behind it. Chronos Eclipse, this is a frame I bought from a local bike company that built these frames for, I think, the Canadian Junior Triathlon team, and it's a good deal, and I like the frame. It's been very good. Bike is built up with, you know, carbon bull bars or air bars there. I've put a 5cm razor, don't know if you can see it, on the air bars, just because you know, to avoid that neck spasm and soreness. So while I watch Lloyd Purvis on from Run for Adventure on YouTube talking about his adventures close to Chamonix, France, in anticipation of UTMB, I need to talk about the biggest pain I get when I do a triathlon. The biggest pain by far, and that is the pain here. My neck and shoulders. That's the worst pain. Worst pain is on that bike, in those tri bars, looking up. I wish I could just cycle like this, you know, head down and never look up, but that's not going to happen because you'll crash. Biggest pain, not my legs, not anything else, is this pain. So I've been doing a routine. Actually, if you look up Ortho Info, it's open source, spine, neck and spine exercise routine. That's basically what I do. So a stretching exercise where you do some neck exercises, I'm not going to do them all. It takes about 30 minutes to do the whole routine. But it really helps to keep the traps and the rhomboids, for me anyway, in a better place so they don't spasm up. By the way, okay, I'm in my jammies now, but these UFOS recovery sandals are actually really great knee pads when you're doing floor exercises, because even though I've got this little mat, it's hard on your knees. So there you go. If you didn't know if you wanted or needed a pair of recovery sandals, here's another use for them. They work really well. My front hydration system, I just put a cheap water bottle in there that I'm going to fill up with some more of my scratch nutrition. More about that later. Scratch hydration, I mean. That's I'm actually my flat kit and mechanical kit in that bottle there, and I've got some of that compression bandage around the CO2 canisters just so they don't rattle around. I hate it when things rattle. I've got some Zip 88 tubular tires. I've got a Campagnolo 11-speed system on here. I did break a Campagnolo shifter after the last triathlon and I couldn't find a replacement, so I've got a micro shift shifter for the front derailleur, and you know what, it actually works super well, better than a Campagnolo shifter. Sorry, Campagnolo. I had to order it off Amazon because not a single bike shop in Ottawa could help me. My little bento bag there, just for additional nutrition, sticker on the bike frame, sticker on the stem, and we are good to go with the bike. Okay, we've got the Collins Cup in the background. Women are doing well. So there's one more bag, the swim clothes bag, and this bag is empty because I don't think I'll need it, but because my stuff I wear before I go to start, like the jacket, I'll just give to Kim. Okay, but if for whatever reason she's not there, or you know something happens, you can put your jacket, your track pants, whatever you're wearing in here, and they'll have it for you at the finish line. For the swim cap, I'm wearing a sleeveless Roka Maverick, thanks to my friend David, who's loaned me this instead of a full wetsuit. And underneath that, my tri top and my tri shorts. I'm gonna have my timing chip on, very important of course, left ankle, not right, so it doesn't tangle with the chain rings, my heart rate strap and monitor, and I'm going to wear these Speedo goggles just because they're cheap, they don't leak, they work, and that's what I'm gonna wear.
Athlete check-in, dropping off bags. They've got a special procedure for run bags and bike bags and swim bags and all the rest of it, but this is at the base of Mont Tremblant ski village, so you can see the ski runs up there. Obviously no snow, gorgeous day today, tomorrow rain, baby, rain, and lots of it by the sound of things, rain and hot. So here we go.
I'm pumped. Now I'm gonna go and drop off my gear bags in the clean transition zone.
I think that saves some time. Gotta love the Hoka emblem on the side there. Fly, human, fly.
Shoes for the bike, gloves for the bike. Bring the helmet tomorrow, and the bike computer tomorrow.
Yeah, Rob was worried someone might accidentally stand on the helmet. You really don't want to be riding with a crushed helmet. So find your spot.
Oh, they've got little stickers here too.
There we go. Delivered.
Yes, who's there? Ah, Aquasphere. Ah, Aquasphere. I'm so glad you're here. I was meaning to talk to you. Have a seat, Aquasphere. Have a seat. So, Aquasphere, what do you have to say about the swim? How did you like the swim? How did it go for you, Aquasphere? Oh, you thought it was okay. Well, it's a bit like this tripod, you see, that is wanting to lean forward and dip and move when I don't want it to move. You see, you kind of did the same thing, Aquasphere. You kind of broke your seal of commitment to me every 200-300 meters and filled up with water. And as a consequence, I had to stop and empty you out and try and get you to suck back onto my eyes like you're designed to do. Aquasphere, I was going to use Speedo. Good old cheap. I don't even know. I think I bought 3 of these Speedos for $20 from Costco. It cost me like infinitely more. Aquasphere, I'm sorry. You, my dear Aquasphere, are banished. You're sentenced to an eternity in the old shoebox. I'm glad I got that Aquasphere out of the way. I better get onto creating this video for YouTube. Profile design. Profile design. I'm glad you could make it. I'm glad you got my message. Yes, we need to talk profile design. We need to talk. Have a seat. Profile design. Profile design. If the two of us had not been such good friends for so long, you would also go into the shoebox. What on earth came over you? The first bump as we have transitioned, going at a mere 45k an hour, we hit the friggin' expansion joint on the bridge and you went flying out of your cradle. I lost everything. You, the bike computer, the nutrition, everything. I had to stop the bike and spend 15 minutes gathering you up in the bits and pieces. Thank goodness I found all of you. I found all of you. What am I going to do with you? What am I going to do with you? Well, after some deliberation in the chambers, profile design, we've come to a very difficult decision, but the court has ruled you will in the future be handcuffed with zip ties to the aero bars and not just by your little red elastic band. Is that clear? Now with profile design out of the way, maybe I can get down to some work. Oh man, this editing, I don't know how these YouTubers do it. Bont. Oh, Bont. Sorry. Yeah, I know. No, you're not in trouble, Bont. Bont, you're not in trouble. But I need to speak to Speedplay Cleats, and since they're attached to you, do you mind just coming in and sitting down for a while with Speedplay so we can talk? Bont, thank you again for your time. You were great. You were very comfortable. You were great shoes on a triathlon. Speedplay Cleats. What were you thinking? What were you thinking? Every time I walked from the bike out of transition to get on the bike, and you came off 2 or 3 times. I had to turn around and pick you up every time. You know how embarrassing that was? You know how embarrassing it was for an elite athlete like me to have you come off. And now I bet you won't even pop off. You see? No, yeah, you came off. Fell on the ground. Both of you. your cleat covers. You're there to protect the cleats so I can walk on them from transition. I know I don't need you to clip into the pedals, but you need to protect the cleat so when I do stand, go to pee, whatever, that I can still use you afterwards. And you came off. You came off every time I went to pee. Well, it's very disappointing. I think we're going to go back to Shimano. Shimano pedals and cleats. But after much deliberation, the courts have decided you'll first get a bit of hot glue gun therapy. We're going to burn some melting hot stinging glue in there and stick you on next time. Give you one more try. Because I kind of like the play you give me, speed play. I like the float. I do not like that you come off. Mont, you're very good. Good shoe. Speed play. I hope Wahoo can do something with you.